Hello everyone and welcome back in part 15th of the Bear Act. And in this video, we will discuss from Article 91 to Article 100 clause by clause with every provision. And I have provided the text of the Constitution. Apart from this, I have also provided simplest possible explanation for each clause so that you can grab it in a better way and you can apply logically also when you will sit in the prelims examination. Okay, so make sure to watch all the videos that I have uploaded and also including this completely. Now let's move to article number 91. So article 91 talking about deputy chairman or the other person to perform duties or to act as a chairman. That means article 91 talk about power of the deputy chairman. Apart from deputy chairman, certain other persons who performing the duties of the office of chairman. Okay, now it's clause 1. Clause 1 says that when the office of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha is vacant, that means when chairman or more specifically vice president acting as a president of India, then the seat or the office of the vice president or the chairman of the Rajya Sabha will vacant, and at that time the duties of the chairman shall be performed by the deputy chairman. But what happened next? If let's suppose due to the some reasons even deputy chairman is not able to perform the duties as a chairman, then House will appoint any member amongst itself. That means President may appoint appoint a member of the Rajya Sabha to perform the duties. Okay, it's not a House, but President will appoint a member of the Rajya Sabha. That simply means when chairperson is acting as a president of India, I mean vice president assume the office of the president of India due to the some reason. Then according to the constitution and according to article 91, deputy chairman will perform the duties of the chairman. But let's suppose if deputy chairman due to the some reason is unable to perform the duties of the chairman or duties as a chairman, then who will perform? That is completely lies with the president. President will decide and president will appoint a member of the Rajya Sabha to perform the duties. Clear? So if the chairman office is vacant, then deputy chairman will perform the duties. And if both deputy chairman and chairman offices are vacant, then president will appoint a Rajya Sabha member. Okay? And that person will perform the duty of a chairman, and that person having all the powers of the chairman at that moment of time. Okay, so it is about clause 1 of article 91. Clause 2. Clause 2 says that let's suppose when a chairperson is absent from a sitting of the Rajya Sabha, then deputy chairman shall act as a chairman. In clause 1 the condition was different. The condition was that simple, vice president was acting as a president. Okay, but here chairman is absent, so at that time deputy chairman will act as a chairman. Now let's suppose chairman and even deputy chairman also absent, then person determined by the rules of the procedure and that person will act as a chairman, and if no such person is present, the council itself may determine another person. Okay, so in case 1, when vice president or more specifically chairman is acting as a president and deputy chairman and chairman they both are absent, then president will appoint any member from the Rajya Sabha. But in this case, let's suppose if due to any reason chairman is absent, not chairman is acting as a president, but chairman is absent, then deputy chairman will perform the duty of the chairman. But what will happen if the deputy chairman is also absent? Then you also know about the one term is panel of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and if the member chosen by the panel of Rajya Sabha is also absent, then the council itself will decide that particular member will preside over the Rajya Sabha. So both cases are different. So 91 clause A, clause 1 and 91 clause 2. It is talking about the vacation of the chairman, office of the chairman of Rajya Sabha. And this provisions provided solution as well. Okay, so if chairman is absent, then deputy chairman will perform. If both absent, then person according to the rules. And if such person is not present, then Raj Sabha will choose another person. So Article 91 about that who act as a chairman when chairman can't preside. That is the simple motive of Article 91 to carry out the business, to carry out the transactions of the business of the Council of State. That's why this provision has been added in the Constitution of India. Okay. Now article number 92. So article number 92 is about that if suppose the chairman or the deputy chairman is not presiding. Why? Because there is a resolution for his removal in the Rajya Sabha, and that removal, that resolution is under consideration. Then who will manage the affair of the Rajya Sabha? That means for deputy chairman as well and chairman as well, if there is a resolution of the removing the office of the chairman and deputy chairman, then who will maintain the decorum of the Rajya Sabha? Who will preside over the Rajya Sabha to carry out the transactions of the Rajya Sabha? So, if deputy chairman or even the chairman not preside, why? Due to the consideration of their proposal, then Constitution has made a separate provision for this, and that included in Article 92. Okay. So let's suppose when a resolution for a removal of vice president is under the consideration in Rajya Sabha, because the resolution to remove the vice president is basically moved in Rajya Sabha. That means in initial state it moved only in the Rajya Sabha, and Lok Sabha just agrees upon them. Okay, and 14 days notice is very important. Okay, so the chairman shall not preside when a resolution is under consideration. Similarly, when resolution for the removal of the deputy chairman is under consideration, then deputy chairman will also not preside. Then who will preside? If the vice president removal is being discussed, chairman does not preside. If the deputy chairman's removal is being discussed, deputy chairman does not preside. In the normal substitute arrangement under Article 91 will apply. That I have already discussed two cases, clause 1 and clause 2 of Article 91. In clause 1, when chairperson is acting as a president, and I mean vice president is acting as a chairperson, and deputy chairman is also absent, then who will preside? That will decided by the president. And in second cases, let's suppose due to any reason, chairperson and deputy chairman both are absent, then who will preside? Then house will decide. So these are the two different circumstances, and both have a solution provided in the constitution. That you should keep in mind. That's why Article 92 is about that when the consideration for removing them is under consideration, or the resolution for the removing them is under consideration in the house, then who will preside? That will decided by Article 91 itself. So Article 92 just talking about that if proposal or the resolution is under consideration for the removing of the president, of the vice president or the chairman or even deputy chairman, both will not preside over the house, over the Rajya Sabha. Okay, that is provided under Article 92. But it has another clause as well, 92 clause 2. While a resolution for the removal of the vice president is under consideration, the chairman may speak, participate in the proceeding, but can't vote on the resolution or in any other matter during the proceeding. That means, let's suppose in the Rajya Sabha there is discussion going on for the removing of president or the for the removing of chairman or the deputy chairman. They both can speak in the Rajya Sabha. They both have a right to present in the Rajya Sabha, but they can't vote. Okay, that is simple meaning. So chairman can speak, chairman can participate, but chairman or even deputy chairman can't vote. So this applies while vice president's removal resolution is under consideration. Okay, so Article 92 is about that person facing a removal will not preside over the Rajya Sabha, and this is provided under the Constitution of India. This was Article 92. So Article 91 was about the when chairman and deputy chairman both are absent, then who will preside, and there are two conditions. The first one decided by the president and second one decided by the house. Okay, now comes to Article 93. Article 93 is basically talking about speaker and deputy speaker of the House of People. You can generally remember it that Article 91 and 92 talk about the chairman and deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha, but Article 93 is about speaker and deputy speaker of the House of People, that means Lok Sabha. As I have already told you that Constitution does not mention the term Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Instead of this, for the Lok Sabha, the Constitution used the term House of the People, and for the Rajya Sabha, the constitution used the term council of the states because Rajya Sabha has a representation of the state, and you also know that they are not elected directly by the people. So this is basic difference between the election procedure for the MP in Lok Sabha and election procedure for MP in Rajya Sabha. Okay. 93. So Lok Sabha shall as soon as possible. As soon as possible. It means there is no definite time period prescribed in the Constitution of India. Choose two of its members to be respectively the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. That means the Constitution provided the office for these two officers. One is Speaker and another one is Deputy Speaker. As soon as possible, but there is no definite time prescribed by the Constitution of India. Whenever either office become vacant, let's suppose if due to some reason speaker is also absent or their office is vacant and deputy speaker is also absent or their office is vacant, then Lok Sabha shall choose another member for that office. That means simple. So here you can see that under Article 93 President has no role, but in Article 91 Clause 1 I have already told you that President will choose. Okay, so Lok Sabha choose two members. One will be Speaker and another one will Deputy Speaker, and both must be member of the Lok Sabha. And you know that the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, they don't he or she not belongs from the Rajya Sabha, means he or she is not a member of the Rajya Sabha. But here even deputy chairman is a member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, deputy chairman should be a member of Rajya Sabha, and here both speaker and deputy speaker both should be a member of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and if either post vacant, then Lok Sabha will choose another member. So Article 93 provides the offices of two officers of the Lok Sabha. One officer is speaker and another officer is basically your deputy speaker. So Lok Sabha will choose among its member first speaker. Okay, and there is a concept of a pro tem speaker. So pro tem speaker will preside over the election of the or until the election. Through the election speaker is chosen. Okay, and then speaker will decide the date of the deputy speaker election. But as you all know, there is no deputy speaker currently in the Lok Sabha. Clear? So Article 93. Article 94. What happen if due to some reason there is a vacation in the office or resignation or even removal of a speaker and deputy speaker? Then what will happen? So if a speaker or deputy speaker's office become vacant or they resign simply or their removal is under consideration, then who will preside, who will maintain the transactions of the business of the Lok Sabha? So when removal is under consideration, both speaker and deputy speaker as well shall vacate office, but there is one condition also. As you all know, both speaker and deputy speaker should be member of Lok Sabha. But let's under 10th schedule, due to the disqualification or any other type of disqualification, they cease to be a member of the Lok Sabha. Then do you think that he or basically they should vacate their office? Yes. So if deputy speaker and speaker is not a member of the Lok Sabha because of the disqualification, then he or they also cease to be a deputy speaker and speaker as well. That is the simple meaning. So if a person stops being a MP of the Lok Sabha, they automatically stop being a deputy speaker or speaker. Clause B. Speaker may resign by writing address to the deputy speaker, and the deputy speaker may resign to the address to speaker. That means vice president may resign and he can submit his resignation or her resignation to the president. Okay. Now, so speaker, if the speaker wants to resign, then he has to submit his resignation to the deputy speaker. And if deputy speaker wants to resign from his post, then he also or she also should submit a resignation to the speaker. That is simple meaning. Okay. So speaker resignation to the deputy speaker resignation to the speaker. Clause C. Article 93 is generally talking about under what grounds or under what conditions the offices of these office bearer can be vacant. That is the simple meaning. So there are various ways through which the offices of these officers can be vacant. If resignation, if removal, if due to some other reason. Okay, so all the things are described in this article. Clear? So the speaker or deputy speaker may be removed by a resolution of the Lok Sabha passed by a majority all the then members of the house. Present, not present only. majority of all then members of the house, that means maximum strength of the house, and the majority of that maximum strength should be present, okay, and should vote. Clear? So removal require majority of all the then members of the Lok Sabha. It is not simply majority of member present and voting. And as you all know, 14 days notice must be given before you are bringing a resolution to remove speaker or even deputy speaker. Okay, even the Lok Sabha is dissolved, the speaker does not immediately vacate office. The speaker continue until immediately before the first meeting of the new Lok Sabha. And after first meeting of new Lok Sabha, don't you think that there will be some time need to conduct the election of a speaker? Then who will preside at this time? Then comes pro tem speaker. Now pro tem speaker will preside. So at the time when the Lok Sabha dissolved, then office of the speaker is not generally vacant at that moment of time. No. Office of the speaker will vacant when new Lok Sabha attends its first meeting. But at that moment of time, pro tem speaker will act and they will carry out the procedure till the election of the new speaker. That is the simple meaning. Okay, so speaker continue after resolution, deputy speaker does not get this special continuation. Article number 95, and this article is very important because this article talk about the power of the deputy speaker. Let's suppose if deputy speaker is chosen as a member of any committee, then what will happen? If there is no speaker, then automatically he or she will become the chairperson or the chairman of that particular committee. This is the privilege that are available to the deputy speaker. Okay, now clause 1, when the office of the speaker is vacant, then deputy speaker will perform the duties of the office or they will carry out the transactions of the business of the Lok Sabha. And if let's suppose office of the deputy speaker is also vacant, then what will happen? Then the members of the Lok Sabha appointed by the president will decide, or president, the member that is appointed by the president will carry out the duties of the speaker. Okay, this is simple as 91 clause 1 of the Raj Sabha as well. Okay, so speaker's office vacant, deputy speaker, if both vacant, then president appoint a member of the Lok Sabha. So it is provided under article 95, and for Raj Sabha article 91. When the speaker is absent from a sitting, vacant is different, absent is different, then deputy speaker act as a speaker. If deputy speaker is also absent, then the Lok Sabha may determine another person. So in the first case there was a vacancy, but in second case there was a absent. Okay, so distinction should be keep in mind. In the case of vacancy, president will decide who will preside, who will perform the duty of the speaker and the deputy speaker. But when absent, then Lok Sabha will choose among its member one member, and that member will perform the duty of the speaker and deputy speaker. That is the simple meaning. So if speaker absent, then deputy speaker will perform the duty, and if both are absent, then person according to the rules. And no such person, if there is no person present, then Lok Sabha will choose another person. So article 95 about who act as a speaker when a speaker can't preside. That is the simple. Okay, now let's move to article number 96. Okay, article number 96, that let's suppose when there is a resolution is under consideration for the removal of president or even removal of speaker or even deputy speaker, then what will happen? They are not going to preside over the Lok Sabha. No, they can present, they can hear out, they can participate. Okay, but they can't vote. That is the simple meaning. So when a resolution for the removal of the speaker is under consideration, then the speaker will not preside. And similarly, when the resolution for the removal of the deputy speaker is under consideration, even deputy speaker will not preside over the Lok Sabha. Clear? So simple explanation of clause 1 of article 96 is, if speaker facing removal, then speaker can't preside. If deputy speaker facing removal, then even they can't preside. Then the substitute arrangement under article 95 applies. Two cases. One when vacant, one when absent. Vacant president, and absent then Lok Sabha itself. And this was true in the article 91 1 and 2 clause also for the Raj Sabha. Clear? Clause 2. While a resolution for the removal of the speaker is under consideration, the speaker may speak, and speaker may also participate in the proceeding of the transactions of the business of the house. And this is same true as in case of deputy chairman also. Speaker may vote in the first instance. This is important meaning, and this power is not lies with the chairman or the deputy chairman, and but can't exercise a casting vote in case of equality. Let's suppose there is a 100 member and 50-50 ratio. 50 is agree to remove the speaker and 50 is disagree to remove the speaker. In this circumstance, speaker will not cast their vote. No, because obviously he will cast in the favor of his not removing. Clear? So normally the speaker does not vote in the first instance, but during his or her own removal proceeding can speak, can participate, and can vote in the first instance. Clear? They can vote in the first instance. That should you keep in mind for the speaker, because it is very important. Clear? But this power is not available to the chairman. I have already discussed. Clear? Now, cannot use a casting vote. I have discussed it. So article 96 is about a special voting position of the speaker during their removal. Now article 97. So this article is about salaries and allowances of chairman, deputy chairman, speaker and deputy speaker. That means office bearer, most important, highest office bearers of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Then they need salary. Okay, and they get good salary. We will discuss it now, because even Constitution of India provided it. So the chairman and the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha, speaker and the deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha shall receive salaries and allowances fixed by parliament by law. Who will decide how much each one will get as a remuneration or the salary particularly? This power lies with the parliament. Parliament by the law will decide. Clear? Until parliament makes such a law, the salaries and allowances specified in the second schedule will apply. That simple mean. So parliament will decide that who will get how much as a salary, okay, by law, until second schedule applies. And article 97 is generally about salaries and allowances of the presiding officer. Article 98. This article is important because UPSC asked the question in prelims from this topic. Even all the speaker, deputy speaker that I have discussed, almost all the important provision that I have discussed is asked by UPSC and prelims examination already. Okay. So each house of the parliament, that means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, will have a separate secretariat or secretarial staff. However, this does not prevent creation a post for the common for both houses. That means yes, individually they can have own secretarial staff, but if they think that they should come together, then also it is provided in the constitution. So Lok Sabha have a separate secretariat, Rajya Sabha has a separate secretariat, but some posts may be common to both. Clearly, apart from this, Parliament may by law regulate the recruitment and the condition of the service of person appointed to the secretarial staff of either house. That simple means that Lok Sabha does not have the power to decide the recruitment or the condition of the service itself, for itself only. Even Rajya Sabha also has not a power. They both have a power. That means Parliament have a power that consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Clear? So Parliament can make the law regarding the recruitment, regarding condition of the services, clear, of the secretarial staff. Until Parliament make provision under clause 2, President may make rule regarding the recruitment and service condition. I mean, if for some reason Parliament is not able to enact a law for the recruitment or the service condition of the secretariat, then the power lies with the President. The President will decide. Okay, but until the Parliament enact law, with the speaker or deputy speaker, chairman or so, until Parliament may follow, President can make the rules, but consultation with the concerned presiding officer is required. Okay, consultation with the speaker, deputy speaker, chairman, whoever is presiding, consultations should be carried out. Clear? Article 99, oath or affirmation by the members of the Parliament. That means Article 99 is about oath or affirmation of the MPs. So every member of either house of the Parliament must, before taking his or her seat, before make and subscribe to an oath or affirmation before the President or a person appointed by the President. The oath or affirmation must be according to the form given in the third schedule. Clear? So before assuming office of the MP or before the sitting in the house of the Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha, you must ensure to subscribe a oath, and that oath is basically done by the President or subscribed, you can say, by the President or by the person appointed by the President. That is the simple meaning. Okay, and that oath is written in the third schedule of the Constitution. So before an MP can take their seat, oath or affirmation, President or any authorized President, any authorized person authorized by the President, and they make sure or they ensure to take oath. Clear? That are mentioned in the third schedule. Article 100 and the last for today. Clear? Now, Article 100 is talking about the voting in houses or power of the houses. Clear? I mean, it is generally talking about the quorum. Quorum should be 1 by 10th of the strength. So, provision 1, clause 1 basically, unless the constitution provides otherwise, question in either house or a joint sitting are decided by the majority of the member present and voting. The chairman or a speaker does not vote in the first instance, but has a casting vote in case of equality of vote. That is simple meaning that during the normal voting, normal voting is generally, if let's suppose there is a provision that do not define what kind of majority is required. That means simple voting process is to be done, and that simple mean majority of members, that means the total strength of the house, that's majority, and also present and voting. And a speaker or chairman will not generally cast their vote in the first instant, but when tie, then they can cast. But this is not true in the case of their removal. Clear? Clause 2. Either house can function despite vacancies in its membership. Proceeding remain valid. You can't declare or you can't say that the proceeding that was carried out in the house, so I was not available, that is invalid. No, that will not consider as invalid. That will be valid even if later discovered that a person who was not entitled to sit or vote had participated. So vacant seat do not stop parliament from the functioning, or also an accidental participation by an authorized person does not automatically invalidate the entire proceeding. It is provided in the article. Clause 3. Until Parliament provide otherwise by the law, the quorum required for a meeting of the either house shall be 1/10 of the total members of that house. So it is about 100 clause 3. So minimum number of the MPs that are required to start the discussion or to carry out the business of the house is 1 by 10th, and this is quorum. And if speaker or the presiding officer think that the quorum is not completed, then they can adjourn the session event. Clear? Clause 4. If at any time during a sitting there is no quorum, the chairman or the speaker or person acting as such must either adjourn the house or suspend the meeting until there is a quorum. That I have already discussed it. So if required quorum is not present, the power completely lies with the presiding officer, whoever is presiding, and they can adjourn the house or even they can suspend the house until quorum met. So meeting must be adjourned or suspended until quorum is available. Let's take a quick revision, then wrap up this session. Article 91 was about deputy chairman act as a chairman, or chairman will act as a president. It has two clauses. 92. Chairman or deputy chairman does not preside when the resolution of their removal is under consideration. A speaker and the deputy speaker post or offices provided under Article 93. If there is a vacation, resignation or removal of the speaker or deputy speaker provided under Article 94, deputy speaker act as a speaker, then what will happen? Provided under Article 95. So under which article deputy speaker can act as a speaker? It is provided under Article 95. A speaker, deputy speaker does not preside when the removal of their consideration, from their office is under consideration. In salaries and allowances, one important thing that you need to know, Article 98 about Parliament Secretariat and the law to made about the recruitment process or the service conditions is completely lies with the Parliament until President can also decide. Article 99 oath of MP. So President has the power to make sure that every MP, every newly elected MP or every MP should subscribe an oath. So even if before the President or if any person authorized by President. Clear? In the 100 voting plus quorum. That means if there is no defined criteria of majority, you can say, to pass any bill, then normal voting process is just that you need a majority of the total strength of the house. Clear? And also majority of present in voting as well. That is the simple meaning, and quorum is 1 by 10. Now how was this session? Let me know in comment section, and if you want to give us feedback, also let me know in comment section. And if you like this initiative, then make sure to subscribe this channel as it is in natal phase, and also like the video, share with fellow aspirant. That's what only I want from you. Okay, so let's meet in next video.